Tesla has sent out another message to a lot of pending orders talking about an update for an ETA. So let's talk about what this potentially means, and especially if you're someone that hasn't placed a deposit yet. Plus, a quick update: you've got 2 days left if you want to lock in these lower monthly payments. And we've got a breakdown of a real Model Y lease that my friend is actually going through right now. So we can show you all the different fees, all the different interest rates with it, so we can discuss how it actually plays out. And so you've got 2 days left to lock in for a lower monthly payment for a Tesla vehicle. But Tesla has also sent out an ETA update, or ETA for delivery, quote, saying delivery scheduling will open once we confirm your vehicle's delivery date. And so I would imagine if you have got a pending order, I could be getting a little bit of anxiety as well, depending on what location you're in. I'm getting reports from people saying that delivery dates are heading like 26th to the 30th, which is cutting it super close to the end of the month. So, I mean, my recommendation has always been the same. You might have to be a little bit flexible if we get towards the end of September. And really, Tesla has to figure out, like, hey, are we going to, or are they going to release some sort of binding agreement, contract, deposit, or something so that people can get their 7,500 if the delivery goes into October. So I would imagine in this next week, we might get some sort of update on that if Tesla wants to do anything, or even like Lucid, Rivian, or any of these different companies, if they're going to be doing anything with some sort of extension with that. But a handful of people are starting to get this message within their Tesla app, and I imagine you guys are as well. Some people are already getting pushed to October. And so, you have to really figure out, like, if the 7,500 disappears, Tesla's probably going to do something, and we're already starting to see a little bit of that. We'll talk about that later in the stream, but I feel like Tesla will do something because they don't want to lose out on your order, your delivery, and also, of course, your sale at the end of the day. Emergency Ladder said that mine shows that, but reads your vehicle is in transit to delivery location. My delivery date is on September 24th. And so I would imagine there's going to be a lot of updates of deliveries in the next month or so, or sorry, next week or so, for people getting a refresh of their like different certain vehicles that are popping up. Because take a look at this. This is the Texas market. And so Texas, near the factory, has plenty of Tesla Model Ys in stock. And so, especially like California, I feel like a lot of people are without a delivery date that are the California markets. And so Tesla could figure out a way, to transport all these different Model Ys to closer cities like California, to try and take advantage of all these deliveries. And so that could happen in the next week, is my prediction at the end of the day. But taking a look at some of these different comments are here. Nice, I've got that message too. I ordered on 9/7. This person actually said like he ordered on 9/3, which is actually 2 weeks from ago, but changed to Quicksilver Stealth Gray around 9/18. I wasn't gonna pay $2,000 just for that color. And so it seems like switching from Quicksilver, which might be in demand, to a Stealth Gray, to a lower cost one, actually got him a quicker delivery date. Maybe the Stealth Gray isn't actually in demand with the certain market or whichever. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Shout out to Trey for putting me on that the Texas market has tons of Tesla Model Ys. And so, it's not as easy as Tesla just moving these vehicles to different markets, but that could be a strategy that they could be working on. Or maybe it's something that they put these vehicles online before they roll off the factory, in hopes that, if they'll roll off in the next few days, that they could get a delivery and everything. Brendan Flash said that there's lots in North Carolina as well. And so really it's like there's a lot in North Carolina. There is a lot on the East Coast areas. It's really just California and the surrounding states that have absolutely zero or next to zero. And so Tesla's probably trying to figure that out to push those deliveries and everything. And the other thing is there is the monthly payments, the lower monthly payments for your Tesla vehicle, the Model Y at $399 and the Model 3 at $299. Those will go up up. And so this is your 2-day warning because those go up on September 21st. So this is your last chance to lock in those lower lease payments if you're looking to actually do that. And shout out to Alex actually for reminding this. You actually have to, not only do you have to place a deposit, you also have to apply with a credit application as well by 9/21. So you have to do both of those steps. So the first step, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. So you can get $250 or up to $250 off of your Tesla vehicle. Definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. But if you're curious, here's what a Model Y rear-wheel drive, the $399 a month payment, here's what it actually looks like. So here's a base one, MSRP $47,130. We can see with tax, it's $471 a month. And we can see that the down payment is $5,442 due at signing. Here are all the different mileage numbers and everything. This is a 12,000 mile a month or 12,000 mile a year lease. Of course, there's disposition fees with a lease. The 7,500 also goes down on the lease. Anybody can use that as a loophole to qualify, even if you make too much money. And we can see some of the little bit more of the breakdown here. $471 a month and 67 cents. 36-month lease, 12,000 miles, $1,000 America's Heroes discount, and it is a Model Y Diamond Black with a long-range rear-wheel drive. Nice color combination for sure here, but it's black on black interior. And here's where my eyes gravitate on this. You can see money factor 0.0032900. So if you're curious what money factor means, money factor is actually the interest rate on a lease, because when you lease, you're still paying interest on the amount owed and everything. And so for fun fact on that and what the money factor, how you calculate that, you take that number 0.003290 times it times 2,400, and you get, you guessed it, a interest rate of 7.89%. And so that's why, you know, for leasing, you really have to be a certain type of buyer, or if you're going for the low monthly payment, you know, that's what it consists of, because you're still financing the portion of the vehicle. And really it's for people that don't qualify for the 7,500 and then maybe you're going to buy it out, or you know you're going to be only driving that vehicle for 3 months and you want to get out of it and refresh to the newest vehicle. Really, I probably need to lease vehicles because of how quickly we move through vehicles and everything. And let us know if you're in this situation. Shout out to Golf Cart Driver posting this several weeks ago. 4 VINs later assigned and removed on a Model 3 Performance, pushed into October. Quote, without a binding contract, I will cancel. And then we can see sadly here an estimated delivery day, October 6th to October 25th. And so, I mean, Tesla has to figure out if they're going to offer some binding contracts or not. And you can see right here at the top, earlier pickups are available. So they're trying to push this owner to take delivery of a different combination. But, you know, I could see this because like Quicksilver with white is a very, very nice combination. And, you know, you kind of want what you want. And so I could easily see why he would not want to give up this one for a different vehicle. And so my advice with someone like this, like especially with Model 3, I would take a look at inventory to see if there's any demo Model 3s, because Model 3 demo vehicles might not show up there. And like actually here, I mean, ooh, okay, repair demo 41 miles, but it's got a $2,200 discount. I mean, this might be a completely different market area, so maybe that's not why it's showing from. But let's take a look at the damage disclosure. You can actually see how much the total damage disclosure actually is, but they won't show you like the actual pictures of what's been repaired here. But you can see $4,000. And so this one is a little bit tough for me. I mean, it's got low miles, but $4,000 of damage, that's a little bit higher than what I would like. But really, you do have to think of it in a different way, because you have to think like, you know, I am getting a $2,200 discount. And if I take this one, I'm also getting $7,500 as the federal tax credit. If I don't, then I get no tax credit, no discount, no car. And so this is a tough one for sure. And maybe if I were to ask them like, hey, could you like waive the color paint or something like that? Give me like $4,000 off, like 1-to-1 to the damage. Or if I was leasing the vehicle, then that's a different story. I think I'd be more inclined and be okay with it, because when you lease it, you just give it back to Tesla and it is not your issue, not your problem at all anymore with that. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. If anybody out there has a pending delivery and wants full self-driving for half off, send me a DM on Instagram so I can point you in the right direction as well. In other, interesting news, today is iPhone day. I know a lot of you out there might be getting one. We actually just picked one up. That's why we were late today. But quick tip on this. When I woke up this morning, I saw tons of availability in Apple stores all over. And so it seems like they release stock like every day, every morning. So if you've got a delivery date that's like 2-3 weeks out, or you can't find any, check every morning to see if any of them are available and everything. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Planning on financing your Tesla, then there's one thing you need to do before you even apply: protect your credit. Seriously, because here's the wildest part. Bank of America just had a data breach recently, and they didn't even tell customers for a month. That means your social, your phone number, and your email could have already been out there, and you'd have no clue. Most companies wait on average of 277 days to report a breach. That's 9 months where your identity is exposed and you're the last to know. That's why I use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura constantly scans the dark web and lets me know if anything tied to me shows up: my social, bank info, or any of my personal information. And that's not just for breaches. There's so many different tools I use with Aura. Want to reduce those pesky spam calls? Aura's got it. Want to remove your data like your addresses, phone numbers from those sketchy broker sites? Aura has that too. They will also include $5 million in identity theft insurance, and everything's packed into one clean app. You can try it free for 14 days at aura.com/DennisCW. I'll put that in the description as well. Don't wait until someone else tells you your data is at risk. That's like turning on Sentry mode after your car got keyed. Protect your credit before you apply. I'm doing it, and you should too.